You already know. You've known for a while. You're just waiting for permission. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I don't have to, because it doesn't matter if it's a person or a conversation you haven't had, or a friendship that's gone quiet. You know the one. You've been carrying it, probably longer than you want to admit. And every so often it surfaces in the shower, at 2 a.m., in that weird gap between finishing something and starting the next thing, and then you push it back down. But it keeps coming back, doesn't it? Here's what I notice we do. We deliberate. We make the pros and cons list, sometimes literally, on paper, like we're approving a business plan. We screenshot a text and send it to 3 friends and ask what they think it means. We go back and reread the conversation. We run the hypothetical. But what if they meant it like this, not like that? And then we run the counter-hypothetical. And then we run it again. And we treat all this thinking, like evidence that we don't know yet. Like the deliberation is proof we're still figuring it out. But what if it means the opposite? Let me be specific. Let's say there's someone, maybe you see them, on campus, or on the commute, or at work, and something happened, or almost happened, or you want something to happen, and you've been in your head about it for a while. The deliberation, the rereading, the screenshots, the 2am hypotheticals. Here's what I want to say to you. You don't think this hard about people you don't care about. The thinking is the feeling, wearing a disguise. You're not deliberating because you don't know. You're deliberating because you do know, and knowing means you'd have to do something with it. So the deliberation becomes a way of staying comfortable, staying in the in-between, where nothing's decided and nothing can go wrong. I know what you're thinking right now, and I want to say it out loud, because I think you deserve to have someone actually engage with it. But what if I'm wrong? What if I'm reading too much into it? What if the thinking doesn't mean anything? What if I'm just someone who overthinks? That's fair. That's a real fear. But notice something. That fear isn't really about them. It's not actually what if I'm misreading this situation. That's the surface version. The deeper fear is what if you're right? Because if you're right, now you have to do something about it. Now it's real. Now there's something at stake. Now you might act, and it might not go the way you want, and that is a much scarier thing than just not knowing. So we dress the fear up in logic. We call it being careful. We call it not wanting to assume. We call it being realistic. And all of those things sound mature. They sound wise. But sometimes they're just a way of making peace with staying still. I want to tell you about a time I did this to myself. There was a situation. I'm not going to get into the specifics, because the specifics aren't the point, but I was in this extended period of analysis, of trying to figure out what I actually wanted. And I had all these reasons it might not work out. All these reasons it was complicated. And I would think about it, and talk about it, and think about it more. And what I told myself was that I was being thorough. I was being careful. I wasn't going to rush into something I hadn't fully considered. But I remember the exact moment I admitted it to myself. Not acted on it, just admitted it. Just said, quietly, to no one, I actually want this. And the thing that surprised me wasn't the admission. It was the relief. Like something that had been held slightly tense for months, just let go. And then, almost immediately, I tried to take it back. I tried to talk myself out of it, because that's what we do. But I've thought about that moment a lot since, and I think that moment, that exhale, that release, that was the sign. I just didn't recognize it yet, because I was looking outward, waiting for some external confirmation, when the whole time the answer was already inside me. I just had to let myself hear it. There's something athletes talk about, particularly the ones who've performed at the highest level for a long time, and it's this idea of being in the zone. And what's interesting is how they describe knowing they're in it. They don't say, there's a moment where a bell goes off. They don't say, someone tells them. They describe it as a feeling that arrives before the performance confirms it. A quiet certainty, a settling. Michael Jordan talked about it. Kobe talked about it. Musicians describe something similar. This state, where you stop trying to make something happen, and you just are in it. The instrument disappears. The gap between intention and execution collapses. And the thing I find most interesting is this. They knew before they could prove it. We have this idea, and I think modern culture really reinforces this, that knowing requires certainty, that you're not allowed to call something real until you can defend it with evidence, until you can show you're working. But knowing doesn't always arrive as a lightning bolt. Sometimes it arrives as a persistent low hum, a background frequency that doesn't go away no matter how many other things you pile on top of it. That hum is data. It's been trying to tell you something. So let's go back to the original question, the one you came in with, or the one that's been sitting quietly underneath everything I've said. How do I know if it's a sign? The fact that you're still thinking about it is itself an answer. You're not still thinking about it because you need more information. You're not still thinking about it because the situation is genuinely ambiguous. You're still thinking about it because something in you already knows, and it's waiting. Waiting for you to catch up. Waiting for you to stop asking for permission from the outside world. Waiting for you to trust yourself enough to say, this matters to me. You're not waiting for more information. You're waiting for permission. So what do you actually do with this? I'm not going to give you a checklist. That's not what this is. But here's something small. Something that costs almost nothing and might matter more than you expect. The move isn't always the grand gesture. It's not always the text or the conversation or the decision. Sometimes the first move is just admitting it to yourself, saying it, even if you say it to no one, even if you just think it clearly, without the escape hatch, without the but maybe and the but what, if just the clean version. I actually care about this. That's it. That's the first move. Because here's what I've noticed. We spend so much energy trying to manage the outcome that we skip over the part where we're honest about what we actually want. And when we skip that part, we end up making decisions that are half measures. We reach out, but not quite. We pull back, but not quite. We're never fully in or fully out, because we never actually committed to knowing. You don't have to know how it ends. You don't have to have a plan. You don't have to be certain about what comes next. You just have to be honest about where you are. I want to talk to someone specific, right now. Not everyone watching. One person. The one who's been sitting with something. The one who came across this video not quite by accident, who saw the title and felt something shift before they even pressed play. I think you already know what the sign is. I think you've known for a while. And I think part of the reason you kept watching, part of why you're still here at this point in the video, is because some part of you just wanted someone to say it. To say, it's okay to know. It's okay to want what you want. It's okay to stop pretending you're still deciding when you already have. You're allowed to trust yourself on this. The thing you've been carrying, it's not a burden. It's information, and it's been patient with you. It waited while you deliberated. It waited while you asked everyone else what they thought. It waited while you convinced yourself you weren't sure. It's still waiting. Not because you're slow, not because you're broken, but because some part of you knew that when you were ready, you'd hear it. I think you're ready. Before you close this, name it, just to yourself. One sentence. No one else needs to hear it. What is the thing you already know?